Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we're going to be learning more about plotting. The primary tool we're going to use for this is PyPlot. So to go ahead and import this, we write from Matplotlib, import PyPlot. And just like with NumPy where there's a standard nickname of NP, for PyPlot the standard nickname is PLT. Import PyPlot as PLT. And speaking of NumPy, let's import that as well. We're going to need that later. So we've already seen a few examples of plotting and it just works. But in order to make better plots, we're going to use kind of an object-oriented interface. The main ingredients is we're going to have a figure, which is the big box, and the figure is going to consist of one or more axes, which will be the little boxes where we're going to make our plots. Now the procedure for doing this is we're going to first create a figure and an axis, then we're going to add data markers, then we are going to add annotation, i.e. axis labels, and lastly we're going to save our figure. So let's get started. The first two steps can be combined into one using fig and ax like this. So we're going to create a fig and we're going to create an ax equal to plt.subplots. And to start off, we're just going to make a 1x1 grid. And we can see out pops a nice 1x1 grid where we could make a plot. We could also go with a 2x1 grid where we type in figs ax equals plt.subplots 2x1. And this will give us 2 rows, 1 column. On the other hand, if we did 1, 2, this would give us 1 row with 2 columns. And we can also adjust the aspect ratio by typing in fig size equals 5x2. Similarly, if we wanted a 2x2 grid, we could type in fig, ax equals plt dot subplots 2x2. And I'm just going to pop a 2x2 grid. All right, so that's that. But now let's take a deep breath and see what is ax. Ax is a NumPy array. The shape of ax is going to be 2x2. And this means that we can type in things like ax 0, 1 and talk about the subplot that is in row 0, column 1. Now let's add some data to our plots. So first let's create a fig size. So we're going to have fig ax equals 1, 2. Fig size equals 7x3. Forgot the plt.subplots. And now we need something to put on our axis. So we're going to let x be equal to np.linspace. We're going to go from 0 up to 2 pi and have 21 evenly spaced points. We're going to let y be the sine of x and let z be the logarithm of x. Don't worry about that warning. It's just concerned that you can't take the log of 0, but that's going to automatically be taken care of us when we do our plotting. So now we can add a scatter plot of x versus y in ax 0. So we do ax 0 dot scatter xy. And then we take a look at our figure, and lo and behold, we get a nice looking scatter plot. Now let's add a line plot to figure 1. So we do x1 dot plot of xz. And we're also going to give this a label, log of x. And now we can take a look at the figure. And we see we have a scatter plot and a line plot. Now what's noteworthy is you can actually stack things on top of each other. So we can actually add a scatter plot on top of that line plot by typing in x1.scatter xz. And now if we check the figure, we can see that there is a scatter plot right on top of the line plot. So we're not done yet because we haven't labeled our axes. In order to do this, we type in x0.set x label equal to x, y label equal to y, and title equal to plot1. We should also make some things for the second one. So we'll do x1.set, x label, we'll again call x, title equal plot2. And now we can see we got some labels. We got to call plot1 and plot2. Maybe we also want a label for the, we want to give a title for the whole thing, so we do fig.suptitle for super title. My plots are awesome. And now we got something that looks pretty nice. Now, like I said earlier, we can add stuff on top of each other. So we can type in x0.scatter xnp.cos of x. And now we see that there's a scatter plot on top of our scatter plot. We can also tack on to the second one, and we can do x.scatter x e to the x over 3. And in order to make this truly awesome, let's add a legend. Where let's label this thing as well. x1.legend and now we have a nice good thing of we got log in yellow and we got the e to the x in red, and logged appeared twice because I accidentally ran that cell twice. So you do have to be a little bit careful. It's a bit of a warning, is you only run everything once, or otherwise you can get two plots that are right on top of each other. But overall, I think we're pretty happy with this thing. So we're going to save this figure using figsave. And so you do fig.savefig, my awesome plots, .png. And now we have saved our awesome plots. So this was the first video on plotting. I will see you again next time.